Welcome. Hey, I am Beverly Baker and I am welcoming you to Mary Kay and also to our unit, Beverly's Believers. I love that you were able to sign up and get started with this. And I hope that it can be a blessing to you in whatever stage that you are, that you want to be in your business. I'll tell you a little bit about me and also why are we Beverly's Believers? Well, I became a director in 2001. And when we become directors, we can actually name our unit, our group, because, of course, just as we sell product and sell how we choose to do that, we also can choose to recruit and help other people come into the company. And so I made it a goal to build a team. And because I did that, I got to name my team, and we are Beverly's Believers. So we have a special page called Beverly's Believers. That's a private group page on Facebook. And so make sure and send me your picture, and I would love to welcome you. If you're on Facebook, I may have already found your profile picture and put it up, because I like, for our unit, we are a real team. We love each other, and our goal is to cheer each other on. And so that's one of the fun parts of Mary Kay, is that we cheer each other on. And so we're here, whatever level that you choose to be. We have different levels in Mary Kay. So we have fun time. I call it fun time. And maybe that's where you just really want to get your own product at 50% off or 30% off, whatever it is. And you want to, maybe you want to sell to a few people, and that's fine. Maybe it's only one or two, whatever that is, that's fun time. Part time is where you usually, maybe you're working 2 or 3 hours or 15 or more a week. And then there's also full time. And so that's going to be more like 20 hours or more a week. Full time in Mary Kay is a lot different in that full time in the world. So it's a lot of fun. By the way, again, I'm going to tell you my story. I'm Beverly Baker. If I hadn't said that, I think I did say that. But I've been in for 32 years in this company, and this is 2026 when I'm making this video. So hopefully this one will be able to last a while, because this is a new training video, because we just got an awesome new website recently for our customers, and just a lot of other changes that are just a blessing. And so I wanted to make sure that we had this updated. So whatever reason that you decided to start your Mary Kay business, we're happy. We love you for whatever. We just want you to know that we're excited. We're glad that you're here in this unit. Especially, we're glad that you're with Beverly's Believers. My story also was, I was a second grade teacher, and I worked at a private school, didn't make very much money, but I loved what I did. And I thought I was going to do like missions, and that was part of my missions, but I thought I might even go overseas, but God kind of had a different plan for me. It was a type of reaching out to missions with women and children and families, really. And so that is what this has been for me. A very, just a blessing. And also, y'all, the flexibility. Once I was a teacher, being able to do this, and then within a year, I was able to have my first son after I'd been in Mary Kay, and I wanted to be home. And that was just a God thing that he did on my heart, because it wasn't anything I'd thought out. And I was able to do that because he put Mary Kay in my lap. So I started Mary Kay, and I'd already started Mary Kay. I already was a part, but I quit my teaching job and started wanting to do more with my Mary Kay business. And I wasn't living in my hometown at that time, and was building customers. So it was really fun to be able to have that, and have a time where I could still be with my son at that time, and also be able to, be with big people, is what I say. So, hey, Betty's on here. I'm actually doing this as a live. We're hoping, Betty, that this works for a video that we're going to use because I didn't have enough space on my phone. So anyway, the rest of my story, I kept having beautiful kids, and God knew way more than me that I needed to be in Mary Kay. So I could literally put what Mary Kay Ash taught: God first, family second, career third. And what a blessing. And so then after I had my first 3 kids, I became a director, and a few years after that, had a couple other kids. And I now was a single mom with 5 kids at one point. But 10 years ago, I got remarried. I have a stepdaughter. And so now I have 6 kids. But around all those things, what a blessing. So I'm telling you, like, this is a wonderful business, no matter what stage you are in life, whether you're working a full-time job like I was, or you're home with kids, or you're single and you don't have any kids. It's really great and fun to do at all stages. And I've seen all types of people do this. So I want you to know that we're here to help you be successful. We are what's called the Mary Kay Go Give. We are in the Mary Kay Go Give area. And what that means, we used to have a national, and she retired. Her name was Karen Piro. So I'd love for you to know our line. And during that time then, we became the Mary Kay Go Give area. Now, my senior is Faith Gladding. She was an offspring director of Karen Piro. So now that just means Mary Kay Go Give means that we do not have a national at this point, but Mary Kay pampers us just like they are our national. When Mary Kay was living, Mary Kay Ash was living, she was the one who hosted those meetings with all the Mary Kay. They called it Mary Kay Go Give. I think they just called it Mary Kay area or something. Now it's Mary Kay Go Give area. So that's why we're the Mary Kay Go Give. So if you're like, what is that? I hope that helps you to know that. The next thing is there are in the summertime, we have a wonderful, awesome training called Seminar. And it has been going for years, and it is gigantic. Y'all, so many people, so much training, so much. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how amazing. They have recognition parties that they do for us where we win prizes, but there's also training from top people in the company. We get to be around other consultants and directors. We can go as a team, or, whenever I was a brand new consultant, my director was in Florida. So one of the fun things you might have not known is that we don't have any territories. And so I was recruited in Tennessee, and my director was in Florida, but I had an adoptee director. So if you come into this unit and you live in a different area, I hope you'll still be on our lives, that you'll be on our trainings and all the things that we have, and go to seminar with us and go to career conference. But if you are far enough away where you can't come to the meeting physically, it is great to have an adoptee group that you go into. And it's so amazing. I've been an adoptee director where I've got to train people. In fact, the lady who was my adoptee director, her name was Charlene Grubbs. And I ended up, after I moved away from there, I adopted one of her team members and became their adoptee. Now, what's cool is she didn't get paid on me, but I feel like I got paid with the blessing of just having her. And then I ended up being blessed also with her team member training them. And we just help each other like that. That's the way Mary Kay is about. Now, I have a way that you could win your first prize in Mary Kay. So I would love for you to take your notebook out, and I would love for you to start writing down 30 to 100 names and numbers. Okay? Now, there are so many, and you can start now. I would love for you to start now. If you want to do that, you can get started, because guess what? When you have 30 names and numbers and you write those people down and you send me a copy or a text showing me that you wrote down those 30 names and numbers, then guess what? I am going to send you a bumper sticker from Mary Kay. Now, of course, I just looked in my folder to find the little sheet that looks like that. But anyway, it's inside your folder when you get a folder from me. There's a place, but you don't even have to have that. You just get a notebook and start writing down names and numbers. Now, every time, these are people who have skin. Okay, who do you know who has skin, right? Anybody who has skin can use Mary Kay. It may be our body care. It may be our skin care. That's our number one thing. It may be our makeup. It may be our satin hands. It could be our fragrances. But guess what? People who have skin can use Mary Kay. So write down, it can be men, women, because we have men's skincare too, like we have men's colognes. So y'all, like, this is amazing. So write down your 30 names and numbers, and I would keep going to 100. But when you get 30 names and numbers written down and send them to me, you get a bumper sticker. All right. So I'm holding that out to you, and you have to send it to me and remind me, okay, to get the prize. There are certain numbers of days that we need to remember in Mary Kay. And by the way, let me say this really quick. In this video, there is going to be a word. We're going to have 6 videos. I'm working on these videos. But there's going to be a sentence that when you get done with all of these 6 videos, you're going to get a prize when you send me the sentence. Okay? Each video will have one word. And so this is the first video. So toward the end of this video, I'm going to tell you, or somewhere during it, I'm going to give you the word. All right. But be ready to write down that word, and make sure that you write down the complete sentence after you get 6 videos listened to with your sentence. Then you're going to get a prize, and you'll learn that we do lots of prizes and lots of fun in Mary Kay. Okay, so here's some key numbers as a new consultant that you want to remember. And you're going to talk to me individually so I can give you more information about this. There will be more information on our second video. But I want you to know that in your first 15 days is very important. So when you place an initial order of 600 wholesale or more, and nobody has to do this. This is just a blessing Mary Kay gives us. In your first 15 days, if you do that all at one time, you actually, that number or even bigger, there's different levels that you may sell. You may sell a ton, like 1,000 or 1,200 or whatever. Or you may decide, I really would just like to have an inventory, and I would like to be able to have these things on my shelf so that I can keep them. All right. So if you decide to do that, talk with me more about those things. It's totally up to you because it's your business. When you decide to do that, and if you place with your sales and whatever you personally want, 600 or more, then you're going to get a special prize. Now, I'm going to give you more information on this on the second video, but I'm just telling you now because I want you to know the first 15 days are key. Like, they are important if you want to earn free product. If you're not worried about earning free product, then we're not going to worry about it. But literally, just with a 600 wholesale, okay, that's 1,200 retail, you literally could earn over $300 in free product. Now, in Mary Kay, we say that because we're so blessed that all these years, you could buy things for you buy things for $1 and you sell them for $2, right? Depending on the price, of course. If you're like me, I have to what? Make sure that you make this make sense. So if I have, let's say, an eye color that's $8, right? But I order it, for me, that eye color would be $4, but for my customers, it would be $8. So I would make half of whatever that product sells for. But there's a new thing in Mary Kay. And so when you are not even active yet, people can order on your website and you can still make 30% even if you're not active. Okay. So Mary Kay did that so that it would help. So, and here's the deal. If you have enough people that order on your website or whatever your order is within 1 month, and it's $4.50 retail or more, then that is a 50% order. Okay. it will jump your discount jumps to 50. And not only within that month that you're in, you will also get what's called an earned discount. So remember that $450 is important. That's retail. Okay. That means if you order something for $450, okay, then you will get a 50% discount and only pay $225. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And so, but what's cool again is, as a new consultant or even as a seasoned, if you are not active now, okay, and you're within a year of that time, because at least one time a year you have to have at least $450 retail in a month sold, okay, to get your 50%. But you've got that year, okay? So when I have $450 sold, okay, or just ordered, right? Or if I just choose myself to order $450 worth of products, I'm not going to pay $450. I'm going to pay $225 because I'm a consultant. Mary Kay has a special little place when you're placing orders down at the bottom when you're placing it through the InTouch site. And at the bottom of your screen, it will show you your discount. Now it's going to show you 30%. But you always want to watch that because you could be within $10 of a 50% discount. And that makes a big old difference, right? So we're going to talk more about this. So if you're confused, just go, Beverly, I'm confused. Don't worry, because so was I. And I didn't even have to deal with 30%. So I understand. So we will be going over this. Now, so 15 days is an important number. And then 2 months is an important number because when you order 600 within your first 2 months, okay, all at one time, like if you were collecting orders and you order that, then you actually get more free product if you place those all at one time. After those 2 months, let's say this month you ordered $450 retail for $225, or maybe somebody ordered on your website and they ordered $100 and they got 30% off, whatever that is. During this month and then the next 3 months, you will be able to earn free product as a consultant. Okay. So even if you don't do the 600 in the same month or whatever, you can accumulate over that time to win free product. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just wanted you to know that those numbers are important. Talk to me one-on-one and I will explain more about that. Okay. So one of the things also that I wanted to talk to you about is, let me find my notes here. Okay. When we have weekly training. It has been different at different times. When I lived in Paris, Tennessee, which was quite a few years ago now, I did Monday night meetings at my house. And most of my team was in Paris, Tennessee or close by. And then, I moved away. And so I started doing meetings in Jackson, Tennessee. And back then we did a lot of in-person. I personally didn't do a lot of online things until 2020. And it pushed me over that cliff or whatever. It was a good cliff. It wasn't a bad cliff to do virtual. And so that's when I started getting on Facebook and doing Zoom and those different things. So what I learned was it gave me a whole other avenue that I could use with my business. And, in 2020, when we were limited, we weren't limited because we learned ways that we could do this business in a new way and had one of my best years of selling ever in 2020. So I want you to know that this is a business that is very flexible. And you work this business the way you choose. We have meetings every week that you can participate in. So that might look like an in-person event. The second Tuesday of every month, we usually have a in-person meeting with a group of directors in Jackson, Tennessee. And no matter where you're at, you're always welcome to come to that. And sometimes we have a Zoom with that. Sometimes we don't. But I just wanted to let you know that like there is in person and there are virtual. So we also have events sometimes that are open that we have in person. But usually without fail, I try every Monday night to do some type of training either on my Facebook page, Beverly's Believers and Achievers, which is our unit Facebook page. That's a private group that we love to have all of our team members in so we can cheer each other on and learn about new things. Right now, like for instance, we are doing a Zoom at 7 with another director, Faith Gladding. That won't necessarily be like all the time. So please get with me and find out for those times what we're doing. I will usually put it in my newsletter, but if you do not see it I send out a newsletter each month. So if you don't get the newsletter or you haven't gotten it yet and you're like, I don't know what we're doing, then please communicate with me and I can let you know. I can always somehow or another work out to meet with you personally. Also, if you feel like that you would like to have some training that we need to do. And I, as a new consultant, I really love to do that. I try to complete training with you one-on-one. And so this video is a part of that, but this is just a tool to be able to work that. Okay. So it's very important that I want you to know that I'm here to help you. I'm not your boss. And thank goodness I'm not your boss. I'm here. I am your independent sales director that helps direct you in the way that you want to go. So I always want to know where you are with your business. If it's just to be home and you want to make, so much money, that's fine. If it's just for you to get your own product and a few people, that's fine. Whatever that is, I just want to know where you're at with your business, and so I can help along with whatever level you're at. Now, if you're, of course, we're not going to work together as much if you're just doing it for yourself because you're going to be busy with other things, and that's not going to be your goal. So I will be working with the people who want to be doing more. I'm going to work with those people that want me to work with them. So just know that like you don't have to go, oh, I'm afraid about her talking to me. It's just me. I'm Beverly and I work with you where you're at. And I want you to know that like I accept where you're at and I appreciate you. But at any time, if you choose to go up or whichever way, I support you and, I'm going to be there as a support to you. So when you decide, sometimes people been in like a while, and they decide, I want to move up in this business. And so if that's the case, then you just get with me and we will figure out what we need to do to help you do that. So just know I'm here for you in that way. I also want you to know that we have some other Facebook. I kind of started virtual on Facebook. That's where I started learning. So we have a group again, Beverly's Believers and Achievers. That is our private unit. Okay, that's just the people who are in our unit. We don't invite guests there or anything, but we do have another page called Thankful for Mary Kay and You Group. And we will often do on our Tuesday nights when we do our virtuals that are for guests, they are often done on that page. So know that like if you can get invited to a bunch of groups, then those we just have a few. But if you're like, what? Then know that like there's a reason so that you can also invite your customers and we just cheer each other on and we learn about new products. And maybe you're having a week where you're having to work all day, every day or whatever, but you can still, it's a blessing because we've got Thankful for Mary Kay and You Group where your customers can still be learning about products. The other thing I want to encourage you to do, and I will help you with that, I usually do that for most of my people, is we set up a private group on Facebook. So you can have that to share new products. You can, if you're doing discounts, we can't share discounts like on our main page. We can share about Mary Kay. We're not really supposed to share prices and stuff like that. But what a blessing that we can have our own private group with our customers. So your customers right now, you're building. So you can add whoever you want to, but I would let them know that you're new and you're building a group, and then you can start posting, and I can help you at the beginning, and then that's going to be yours that you can share with your customers. And lots of people, it's not just your Mary Kay, it's about your life and fun things and all that. So it's a fun thing to do with your customers. Mine is Beverly Hearts Her Mary Kay Customers. That's what my group is called. Okay. Okay. One last thing. Well, a few last things. If you have not updated your social security number, okay. And you're like, why do you need my social security number? Not me, Mary Kay. So when you, for you to be able to use your show, your website, okay. The new, customer website on your page requires you, so that you can get paid, you go into Mary Kay and you go into your private settings. So there is a little picture of you on the right top of your Mary Kay in Touch that has your profile and your information. Inside of that, go ahead and go put your social security number in that. Not for me. I'm not going to see that. That is only for your private settings with Mary Kay. And that is so, like, when you have a job and they pay you, right? And they go and they send it to your bank account. It is to give them so they can, that you can use your website and they can pay you. They will also, there will be a place for you to set up your My Shop, which is what we call our website. There will be places where you can put your pictures, and different things. I would encourage you today to go ahead and set up your, My Shop. So you're going to want to go and update your social security number first. I would do that. Just go in. It's really simple, really quick. It'll ask you, it'll like send a thing to your phone to make sure you're really you. They're trying to keep it so that we don't have hackers and we don't have people messing with our stuff, and there's not fake people trying to do Mary Kay. So you're a real person with a real ID number. And so make sure and go do that, and then set up your My Shop and put your pictures in that you want to, and you can put family pictures, you can put Mary Kay pictures, you can put whatever you want to in there. You're welcome to look at mine if you want to look at that. And the Mary Kay in Touch, again, if you've forgotten, is www.marykayintouch.com. You'll want to remember that forever and have your consultant number that you got. If you can't find your consultant number, let me know, because I should have your consultant number in my, on my, in touch. All right. What else do I need to tell you? I think that's almost it. The word that you want to know. Hopefully I have covered everything that I wanted to cover in this first video, and know that, like, you want to keep going with these videos as you can. So, on this second video, it's going to talk more about our discount and how that works. And there will be some other things that it's going to talk about, but hopefully will help you get going with your business. Also, if I am your consultant, or either way, I'm your director. So I'm here to help train you. And your consultant is also, now often our consultants have full-time jobs and stuff like that. So I may do more training with you than your consultant, and that's totally fine. I just want you to know that I'm here to help. Okay. So, okay. So the word for today that you want to write down so that you can get done, you can get a prize after these 6 videos, is I. That's the first word. Okay. So make sure, write that down. Make sure you're doing everything you can to earn that free product. And you may want to do a thing called $24 to 24 people in 24 hours. So ask me about that. Get me your, and I'll tell you more about that. Get me your 30 names and numbers to get your first prize. And I will see you on video number 2. God bless. Of course, I have a slow